Morning everyone, it's the 28th of February and it's about 10:30 I think now. Just going to check I'm in the right place just in case it's right. Okay. Oh, I think that's sorted. Okay, if you're joining me this morning, it'd be nice to say hello, so put some comments in. It's the 28th of February. I can't believe we're already at the end of February, and I was hoping it would be a bit warmer than this. This morning when I went out with the dog, it was particularly chilly, so yeah, not good. Tomorrow being the 1st of March, we've got the online exclusive launching. So I did go through the suite last week, but I thought I'd make some more cards this week with it. Again, they're not planned. I've cut out some bits. I've got some card bases, and we'll just go with whatever comes. The school holidays have totally thrown me out really, because I have so much to do with the kids. So it's just a case of trying to get back into the flow of things. So I will apologise now for the mess behind me. It's not generally my mess. I share the office with Matt, and behind all of those sheets and that is all his disco equipment, so it's just kept out the way, but it looks a bit untidy. So I'll apologise for that in advance. Okay, right, what else is going on? 1st of March, I've got a couple of events this week, making the wreath, can't remember what it's called now. It is Wreath of Bloom kit. So Thursday and Friday night I've got some people joining me to make that, which I'm really looking forward to. I've not checked the box yet. I've got lots of boxes, but I've not looked at them. I thought it'd be nice just to be able to open them all together and craft together. We've got our own instructions, all of our own kit. I've got a heat glue gun, so that's what you need to stick it all together. So I'm looking forward to seeing people Thursday and Friday evening and doing something a bit different. Okay, well, I'm going to turn the camera around now, and we'll just have a look, see what cards appear. So bear with me 2 seconds. I'm hoping it won't be too dark, because if I put the light on, it creates more of a shadow, so I decided it was better without it. Okay, and if you hear any snoring, it'll be from the dog, who is currently under my desk. Okay, so hopefully he won't make too much noise. Okay, so as I said, last week went through the Irresistible Blooms, or the Hello Irresistible Sweet Collection. This goes live online tomorrow. Obviously, if you do, you've got two options. You can go on to the online store and place an order, or you could email or contact me and I can order it for you. Not 100% sure exactly when I'm going to put in another order at the moment. Just depends on what response I get. If enough people want it ordered sort of straight away, then I can put in another order. If not, then I'll probably eke it out a bit and try and get into April for just for ease. But there will be a host code going on tomorrow, so you can order it online, use the host code, and then you'd get something extra in the post from me the following month. Okay, so this is the it's the dies and the stamps. And then you've got frosted, 3 sizes of frosted little gems. They're not self-adhesive, so you do have to use Tombow or glue dots with those. Okay, so but they are in Flirty Flamingo, Daffodil Yellow and Pretty Peacock. I'll just pop that out that way. Okay, so this is the stamp set. So with some varying sentiments in it, which you can use for various occasions. And they're all a bit messy. I've had them out this morning chopping bits up. So you've got various dies, and I'll just quickly go through. So I'm just picking some die cuts up, the papers again, just so that you can have a better look at those. They're all messed up this week. Last week they were a fresh pack and they were all messed up this week. So you can see where I've been cutting some of the dies out. So we've got some really pretty papers in Pretty Peacock. It's a nice. This is soft sea foam, so it's a really nice pale colour. It's got a mottledy splattered background. This one we're using all of the colours apart from Pretty Peacock. Again, that's really pretty. And then you've got a nice background there. This is the one that I used last week to make a card with. There's the card from last week. And if you joined me last week, you remember that I showed some different embossing techniques and things as well. And this one's, that's nice, we're going to use that shortly. I shall keep one of those to the side so I don't forget. That's about the only one that I have come up with at the moment in my head as to what we're going to actually do. And there's this one. Some more leaves that are a bit darker. Keep one of those out as well. Another nice mottledy background, but these are great for cutting out the flowers. You've got the bigger die and the smaller one, and then you've got a very little one that cuts out the little leaves, so that's really pretty. And again, this one you've got the 3 leaves, and there's the 2, and again the little one, all cut out the leaves. And on the back is a mottledy background, and you've got this one which is pretty, some more leaves, and you've got another sort of crisscross one there, and that's some more flowers but in the paler colours than the yellow. Another splattered mottledy background. And some more darker coloured leaves around there. It's a nice background in the lighter colours and the leaves that cut out. Okay, so that's a quick run through the papers again. Now the colours that are in this suite are Pretty Peacock, Flirty Flamingo, Soft Sea Foam, Petal Pink and Daffodil Delight. There's also Lost Lagoon, which is from before my time. I'm sure it is. It's certainly not a colour that I've got, but it is coming back, so that'll be really good. It's a really nice colour to have. And obviously Pretty Peacock was an in colour a number of years ago, and they brought that one back, so that's really nice as well. It makes us all think we're going to be having a colour refresh in the new annual catalogue. Every sort of 4 or 5 years, the colour families get looked at and refreshed a bit. The main bulk of the colours will stay. There may just be a couple that drop out that haven't proved, basically I suppose they haven't proved overly popular, and then they put some new ones in. So okay, right, I'll just pop that to one side and say that's the card that we made last week. I was having a play this morning, and this is a card that I've made using vellum, and I've glued some of those little frosted dots on, and I've stamped onto the vellum itself. So this is all cut out from the patterned paper. Okay, so that's another example. Okay, so I have spent some time sort of preparing, because I didn't want to be trying to die cut lots of bits while I was live. So we've got various flowers and leaves, and I have also, but I haven't got all the bits out yet, but I've cut out some of these leaves as well. So I've just got a mixture really of bits that I've cut out, so that, let's say, different sizes, different colours, so that we've got something to play with. Okay, so the first card I think I'm going to make, I'm going to use this nice crisscross, so I'll just move those out the way a little bit and bring in my trimmer. Now I think I'm going to actually do it on a white card base, which I've already got prepared, so it's 8 by 5 3/4 scored at 4, and then I've got a Pretty Peacock layer, which is 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. So this layer is going to be 3 1/2 by, so we start at 5 3/4, and each time we move it down 1/4 of an inch for each layer, so that you have you have an 1/8 of an inch border. So for this one it's going to be, actually saying I don't want that one cut down, I think I want that one to go right across, so I'm going to keep it at 5.5 so it goes right across this bit. I might actually cut it down a bit. I think I'll cut it down a bit more just to give us a bit more of the pretty peacock base colour. So that's cut down to 3, so that's going to go in the middle, really, sort of like that, and onto there. And then just going to a bit of a play, really. I might just dot around a few flowers, maybe some leaves. I need to get all these little bits out. Where's going to take your pick tool? This take your pick tool I find really helpful for just crafting in general. It's got so many different bits to it. And so you've got the spiky bit there, and then on the other end there's like a thin, don't know really what that's called, but it's great for if you need to take your card, your paper off, or for getting some of the embellishments and that off to put them on. And obviously you've got your putty on this end. We do also have a it's a roller to get all the intricate dies bits out. And just got the box out because I haven't looked inside the box for ages, and I'm pretty sure there was another tool in there. So we've got a thin and a thick end for the scoring tool, so that would just literally lock in there whichever end you wanted to use. I use my scoring board, so that's why that's not been used. And you get a refill putty, which you can also buy the refills as well. So there, it's a really handy tool to have. Okay, so let's place this more. Just having a play with some of the, see how I want to actually put some of these. Before I glue anything down, because it's just trying out the layout, seeing whether I like it before I do much else with it. I'd like to put that in somewhere, but maybe not there. Okay, so there's that. And then the sentiment I will stamp. And the sentiment can go over in that side. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that. Let's just take that off again, and we can start assembling the card. Move the Tombow out the way so I don't get it everywhere. think that's roughly even. Put that up there for a minute. Okay, somewhere I've hidden, amongst all this other stuff, my dimensionals. Oh, I don't know about you, but my dimensionals seem to go walkabouts quite often, and I often have to search for them, no matter where I think I've put them and how prepared I think I am. So I'm going to pop that one there with some glue. I'm still not made up my mind whether to use this lighter one. I don't really think I want a bigger one. I think the lighter one's better than the darker one, just to give a bit of contrast. So then I'm going to pop a couple of dimensionals on the back, which will give that a bit of height, and it'll also just give me the gap I need then for the leaves to go under. And all I do is just stick a little bit of glue on the bottom of the leaves, so that you can sort of like, they look a bit more 3D and a bit less, yeah, they're not quite so flat. Don't know if I like that there, so I'm going to take that back out. Maybe try it there. Okay. Pop that back on for a moment so that I can decide now about the sentiment. Okay, so what have we got in here? Got a thank you, hooray it's your day, so that's sort of a birthday-ish one. Hello, couldn't be happier to have you as my friend, I like you. I think I'm going to do a hooray it's your day. Just pop that up there because I haven't got these dies, these stamps out yet, so I should just need to put the stickers on. Are you a sticker attacher, or do you just do you use them without putting the stickers on? There's a lot of people still, I think, leave the stickers off, but since we've gone over to this cling stickeries, it's a lot better, I find, than before. It was a bit hit and miss whether you could get the suction behind you, sort of between the stamp and the block, and that caused a few problems with getting it to stay on. Okay, so I've got my hooray it's your day. I think I'm going to use Flirty Flamingo because it's nice and bright and it'll just give us a bit of brightness. So I'm going to, looks as though my Flirty Flamingo might need re-inking. That's better. I'll just pop that back out of the way for a moment so don't get that everywhere. Now, I think what I'm just going to do is just cut round it a bit, I think, if I can. I know a lot of people tend to use these scan and cut machines, but I'm not, I don't know, I prefer using the dies, and I just, you know, cutting little bits out really. So there's that bit. Maybe not the neatest, but it's not certainly not too bad. It will be fine. And then I'm just going to, am I going to put it on there? I feel it needs something more than just sticking on there. I think I'll stick it on and then I'll just snip it. So if I just put it down there like that, and I'm just literally going to snip it. Out, so I've got a bit smaller bit to play with. But I'll be honest, I don't really like it like this at all. Don't know. I might just end up redoing it. Yeah, I don't like that, but that's okay. You've got to practice these things and experiment and have a play to see exactly what you do like. The next thing, before I actually do this, I'm going to just check. Yep, it fits perfectly inside here. So just stamp it again. That's the bit I want, that's the bit I don't want. Then I'm going to do a pretty peacock as well. This punch is just brilliant. It's got to be one of my favourite punches, I think, because it's got quite a few different sentiments that will easily fit, and it just is so quick. That's better. Let's see, so that'll be able to go over there. Want some little, need some of these, but I'm going to just stick the card base down first of all. Hi Helen, how are you? Thanks for joining me. I'm just whittering on a bit. It's my lives seem to be a bit freehand at the moment. Not very well planned, but on your tea break for 5. Oh, jolly good. Well, thanks for joining me on your little break. So it's all very off the cuff at the moment with my card making, or at least my Facebook lives are. Right, so now these little things, I find them quite difficult to get them up the way I want them. So I'm just going to take a few out and just bear with me a moment while I get them up the right way. So you can see there we've got the three different sizes in the Flirty Flamingo. Swap one of those for a smaller one. Okay, get the glue back. And I've just found it really a bit easier just gluing straight. If I can squeeze the straight on and then, I don't know, popping them. Sometimes the put is a bit stronger than what the glue is, but it makes it so much easier for picking up. I'm just going to use my fingers, I think, for this one. I suppose I could just pop a bit of glue somewhere on there and decide then to put it on, but so there's that one. Might pop one. I'm going to pop one in the middle of the flower. So I'm using 5 on this card. Just because, really. And I'll pop another one in that middle bit. I think that's, yeah, just looked a bit strange, that one. Looked a bit flat on top, but I think it's okay. Okay, so that's a very quick first card using some of the different background. I'll pop that one out of the way to dry because there's some glue on there that needs to dry. Okay, let's have a think about another one. So I'm going to use another white background. And I've got a white base. I don't know if you've seen, I keep getting these pop-ups of, I think they're called Clean and Simple cards. And they're basically all white with just a pop of colour. And I do quite like them, but I don't know. Sometimes I think maybe it needs a bit more than just white, but it sort of gives, it's quite nice. Just putting white on white, and then having, say, a bit of, let's get some of these yellow flowers. Maybe have 3 on that one. I could sit out. And then, or maybe have one with a slight tinge of pink. And again, some, I've got all different bits of leaves. I want one with a bit more yellow in it. Okay, that's quite nice. I suppose I'm going to stamp directly onto there, I think. So I'm not going to stick anything down yet. I'm just going to do the stamping bit first. and I'm going to stamp in, I think what have I got? Oh, I want to do it in something a bit brighter. I'm going to use Pretty Peacock, but I'm going to stamp off and I'm just going to stamp the hello, but I'm going to, it's quite juicy, I'm going to stamp off first. So that it's a bit paler. Okay, so there's you can tell that one hasn't been used for a while because it's quite stiff to open. Let's pop that over there. Okay, so with this I'm just gonna put some little blobs of glue. Just get the gluey bung out from my Tombow. I'm just gonna literally put some little dots of Tombow on some of these bigger circles, just so that it doesn't squidge out everywhere and make the make it all gluey. I suppose you could actually use the adhesive sheets with this, might make it slightly easier. I keep forgetting to use those. The most I've used them was see, for doing the letters for the alphabet a la mode set. Obviously I haven't put any glue on this one. Down this side. Do you know, as I'm getting older, I'm really noticing should really have some reading glasses on, but I don't like wearing glasses at the best of times, so I tend not to put them on. So just gonna stick a bit more up there. Get that to stick down better. And maybe see if I can just get a little bit down the bottom. So yeah, I think it's going to be a case of lining it up enough to get enough glue on there. So definitely the adhesive sheets would be brilliant for this. Okay, so now I'm just going to turn it over and trim it off. And this end. Okay. I'll put a dab of glue on that one as well. I just don't want the glue spreading out everywhere because it gets a bit messy. Right, so now I can reposition my flowers, decide how I want them. And some leaves. Go on, make sure we put some leaves under. Okay, so I think what I would do is just take that one off. I'm going to stick this one down. Then I'm going to use some dimensionals just to give this one a bit of height. It looks quite nice with just 2 on it, to be honest. Might just leave it at the 2, and then again stick a little bit of glue on for the leaves, like so. Yeah, I think I will just leave it at the 2 of those. And now we can use some of the yellow see if it works better this way. Stick a bit of glue. I think it's just the putty is really strong, so it doesn't make it easy to get off. Maybe it's just easier like that. Oh, so you've got some glue on my nail. Okay. I'll just glue this one down and see what it looks like. Okay. I do quite like that white, not too much in the background, not too busy with just the pops of colour. It's quite nice. Okay, so that's another card. Oh, I've got really sticky fingers now. I'm just gonna have a slurp of my coffee. And try and have a think about what else we can do. What other? I think I'm going to make one using a darker background this time, and this really pretty pattern paper. So I'm not going to put a border all the way around, so I'm going to use, I'm going to cut it down. I want a bit more of the darker colour rather than the lighter bit, so I'm just going to cut it down that way, and then I want it the full length again, so again that will just go like that. What else can we use then? Maybe we just need, I don't know. Just need some flowers. Or maybe, I don't know, with that, what's that going to look like? Is that too much? Background. Just to add some more, another layer to it and a bit of depth. Maybe a couple of. I do quite like this detail. Just move that one out the way a minute. And have a See, so that's almost the right size then, because I've not cut the layer down. Alright, so we will have a play with that, I think. See, sometimes cards just don't. Some cards you get sort of a picture in your head how you think they're going to be before you even make them, and other ones I think you just tend to have to sit and play with a bit. So, as I said earlier, with the school holidays and kids being off, and actually had 2 weeks of kids being off because of them being in different local authorities, so different holidays for this February half term that we've just had. It's been a bit disorganising, really, because, is that a word? I don't know. Having to run round sorting the kids out, and then last week I had to take Max back later than was planned, so that threw me out a bit as well. I'm trying to make sure that we do things as well during the holidays, even though it's freezing cold. I really need the sun to appear. I don't know what it's like where you are today, but it's so grey and miserable here. It looks as though it's going to rain again. Should have left that a bit longer just to finish drying, but I'm a bit impatient at the moment with that. Okay, so I quite like that effect, actually. It doesn't look too busy at all, really. And then I'm just going to put some flowers on. Maybe I may even use some more of the yellowy ones, so it's not quite as bright. Stick that one down. Oop. Find the dimensionals for this one. These little dimensional backs end up everywhere. Find them up the stairs, in my bags, on the dog. They just literally get everywhere. And that one can go over there. I am in the middle of trying out some new 3D cards that I've not done before, so hopefully once I've mastered those a bit, and I've made a few of them, so I've got some different ones to show with different papers and stuff, I'll be able to do those next week, so that'll be a bit more organised. Okay, and then I think I'm just gonna, I am just gonna stamp straight onto there. I should have done it first, really, just in case, but it's fine. It'll work perfectly well. But I only want a little stamp, so I'm just going to use the hello again. Oh. And I want it quite bright so it stands out. I just knocked that camera. Let's put that, cover that back up, and then I want one more little these are the worst things when you've got glue all over your nails, so then put your fingers in there. Okay, so could have stuck some on these like I did on the card I made earlier. I'll just bring that back in case people didn't see it earlier. The vellum, I use this, you've just got to make sure that you glue it in places where you can hide it. But, so that's quite nice to use though. I don't think I use the vellum enough really. It's I've got 2 packs of it and it sits there and I think, oh, what can I use that for? And then I never get round to it. So anyway, I will stick a white layer inside there. But there's another card. They're all really sort of straightforward, using mainly all the cutouts. I'll just bring back in the ones that I've done today. So that you can see them. I'm just going to have to stand up so that I can see the screen better. Then that one was from last week and that one was the one that I made before. Okay. Well, I hope those cards have given you some ideas of just how easy, but also how pretty the DSP and that is to use. So it goes live tomorrow online, or if you want to save on postage, then I can always order it if you're local to me. Okay, thanks for joining me today. Take care. I'll see you again next week. Bye.